Welcome to the Lifelessness recap show, our fantasy league recap show. We're getting down to the nitty gritty here. We got 1 week left in the regular season, and this thing is pretty much shaping out. But there's some couple points of contention which I will go over here. But let's go over what just happened. Prozac Puffers defeats Alpha Michael Foxtrot Lamar Jackson to 85. That's all I'm going to say about that. Lamar Jackson, 43 points. Mega Movers defeats Smoke My Shorts 95-76. Leonard Fournette, 36 points, leads the way for the Patrick. Or is that Patrick? I don't know. Mega Movers. John's Destroyers defeats the Lord Ron Kings in the back. It's like there's like a round robin. Nate had to face two of the top 3 teams last week, and he split. 89-78, Godwin for 42 points for John. So, like I said, ramifications I'll break down later. Deputy Doofy defeats Black Dog FRL 85-0. Yep, because he can't get in and he just quit basically back in the September. Redcoats gets a huge win, 88-87 over Barney's Bastards. Drew Brees 33 points. I'll explain why that was a huge win later. Def Bombers defeats Overpaid Comics because Heidi's called it a season, Parker 15, and Logical Intercourse with the usual late season Gil cashing it, calling it a year, 102-0. Alpha Michael Foxtrot still leaves the whole High Point team at 168-8 from week 8. Russell Wilson from the Redcoats, 54 points on week 9, is the high point player still. So here's what all this means going into the last week of the regular season. We've got there's 8 teams for 6 spots is what we're looking at. The 2 that have clinched is Nate and John at 9-3. They have clinched. They are sitting on the buys, so if both of them to win next week, there's the 2 buys. Next up in the 8-4 group is myself, Pat, and Mitchell. Now, I'm going to clinch just on the sheer fact that the first tiebreaker is total points. I'm 200 points clear of everybody. So even if I drop down to 7-5, I'm going to be the top team in that next tier down there. So let's say Pat and Mitchell both win, and they'll go and be the 3 and 4 seed, and I drop down. I'll be the 5 because Mark and Gil still got to win to come up with me. So I can't get any lower than 5. So that's that scenario. So I'm in. Now, Pat Mitchell, it's a different story with your 8-4s because your total score is grouped with the 7-5 people and all that stuff. So you guys need to win and get in. Patrick is, okay. Then we have Mark and Gil sitting at 7-5, and they are splitting the line of the 6 and 7 seed. Where Mark with his huge win, because if he would have lost, we would have had our 6 teams, and that would have been a wrap. But Mark wins. He's now the 6th seed, and he's had to do some work here in the last few weeks to get to that 6th seed. So Mark's 6th seed, Gil is 7, just because on total points. You guys are going to need to, get your win and score points. Win and score points is now the measure I'm going to tell people to next week. Win, score points. Patrick needs to win. Patrick's the one absolutely has to win, but he needs a loss, at least maybe even both losses from Mark and Gil to have a chance. So even if one of those wins, one of them's still going to go up there. So Patrick's got to win and have both Mark and Gil lose. So he needs a lot of help to get himself in there because that 7 and 6 can get you in. All the other ones eliminated. We got Lance, Dave, Aaron, Bernie, Heidi, Tom. Yeah, they're all. You guys are all eliminated. So we'll see you guys in the toilet bowl portion of the show later this year. And this can be interesting with a toilet bowl with 2 people taking zeros. Basically that nailed it in. So that's where we're at. I will break it down better next week because we're going to have playoff matchups going into the week further. So happy Thanksgiving to everybody. Hopefully you guys all have safe, happy Thanksgiving. Fill your bellies full of awesome food. I will come at you this time next week. Out.